Okay, so here's how you get your intuition from the quantum field. The premise of quantum physics is that everything is made from consciousness and energy and frequency and information collapsing into matter. And uh, not yesterday, but like the day before and the day before, I showed you a picture of how this is happening. I'm going to show you this again. I drew it. But the base unit of consciousness is an atom, for example, because when you stimulate it, its electron bounces to another orbit. And you basically have this thing called quantity of consciousness. So the variety, the amount of different responses something can have to a stimulus. And then you have quality of consciousness, which is basically the range of frequency and complexity in which someone can respond to. And this can even like range from humans, like you ask someone like what they see in a painting and they'll just be like a girl sitting at a table, but somebody who has studied it or is really into the whole thing will tell you about the composition and the style and, you know, the medium used and all that. So there's a huge range of consciousness, right? And the idea is that we're here to experience everything that consciousness has to offer and really like the infinite possibilities that consciousness has to explore. And so when we are just sitting here, basically the atom is oscillating really fast. And we're made up of 7 billion atoms. So basically what's inside an atom is 99.99999% frequency. And it's oscillating at 10 to the 15 times per second, like going back and forth like this. That's the frequency of an atom. So that's 10 and then 15 zeros after the 10 times per second that an atom is oscillating. And when we take this basically immeasurable point, there is this teeny tiny distance between rest and where it speeds up again, that the atom is actually moving in its range of frequency. It's going faster than the speed of light. And so we call that infinite velocity or close to infinite velocity. And Einstein said that E equals mc squared, meaning that anything that is going faster than the speed of light is traveling, anything that's matter will turn like back into energy. And so that's the ceiling of 3D reality, and what we can perceive is the speed of light. And so this is called Planck's distance. It is literally 10 to the negative 33 of a centimeter. So 0.0 and then 30 more zeros and then a 1 of a centimeter, where this atom's velocity is going faster than the speed of light. Meaning that if we're made up of 7 billion atoms, at some point, pretty much like all the time, our consciousness and the frequency and the consciousness that is animating our bodies is actually going into beyond space and time and coming back. So there's just like little teeny parts of us that are disappearing and going into infinite realms and infinite velocities and beyond this 3D reality and beyond the space and time, and then coming back again. And it happens so fast, it's beyond our awareness. But this is where this is why it's possible for us to connect with the quantum field in the first place, because our consciousness is so mobile. And that is where infinite possibilities exist. So this is the quantum field. The void is what I named it in here. This is a point of singularity where all of us come from. This is the white hole where all matter and light come out of. And this is a black hole where it basically, so it's like shooting out one side, and you can tell we're about here. Our galaxy is about here because you can tell, you can measure how fast galaxies are traveling away from you. And the faster the galaxy is going, the further away it is until it's like further than what the visible eye can see anymore. And so we're about here, and quantum physicists suspect that really we're here to experience consciousness, right? And evolve our consciousness and experience ourselves. And so, and like what consciousness is, the void is pure consciousness. It's where all consciousness comes from. And so in theory, the pinnacle of this evolution of consciousness is around here. And so the idea is that every possible solution to a problem already exists. It's just a matter of becoming aware of it. And so say we're, I mean, there's like so many people, but like say you're basically going, this is like space and time, where this is matter and visible light. Everything comes out as radiation and slows down in frequency into matter and density as the evolution of consciousness unfolds. And so, but basically when you're disappearing, when your atoms are disappearing like so many times per second, you're going out into the void that many times. And we're not exactly sure how much that is, because it's impossible to measure. So that's theory. But you're emanating this frequency. You're literally going out into the void and coming back again all this time. And so basically what happens when you have that intuition or that flash of insight is that your awareness is out here, and say there's these galaxies around here, right? That this is also happening to. They're also made up of atoms and such, and space stars and things. And they're emanating this frequency too. Except for they're probably actually super aware of it. Besides, we're not. But that's where, and that's what, where the void, that's why they call it like the universal mind, and where all possibilities exist, is because not only does matter and time not exist there, but literally it's the consciousness of everyone, of everything, of everywhere, of every time. And so when you are interacting with this void and you have this flash of insight, your consciousness is picking up something that's being emanated out that's beyond you, but you become aware of it. Another thing when you can kind of sense something is that because all of this is slowing down into density, sometimes you can pick up on the frequency right before it slows down enough to become matter, and become slow enough to become matter. And that's like another way that your intuition can pick up on that as well.